Until 2008, Lorelei Carvey was leading a happy, employed life, making wedding and birthday cakes and teaching dance classes. All this came to a screaming halt when an injury forced her from work and embarked her on a journey that would change her family and business life forever.
It meant that I couldn't actually make the wedding cakes and work at the facility I was working at, where I was providing all the pastries and the cakes, and I was also doing other things, like I was teaching other like dance classes and things like that, so I couldn't do anything. So I was stuck at home, and that's when I started researching a little bit.
Lorelei's little bit of research took her to Solo Build It, the world's longest established online business platform and education system. Hello, I'm Paul Buckingham, roving ambassador for Solo Build It. Working with Solo Build It's unique tools and education process, Lorelei has been able to work from home, combine her loves of teaching and cake making, and provide a supplementary income that has supported the family's path to financial security, all despite, or maybe because of, a workplace injury. Lorelei first created a site about running with her husband Scott. While they loved the idea of online and Solo Build It's tools and education, they soon realised they didn't have the necessary passion to maintain it. So, in 2010, Lorelei created her own, weddingcakesforyou.com. At that moment, she firmly planted her feet in the work-from-home niche and began the journey of transitioning from full-time cake and pastry maker to part-time cake maker and full-time educator. If you want to start an online business and have a subject that you're pretty interested in, it doesn't have to be cakes, then this Solo Build It success profile is for you. We'll discover how Lorelei has transitioned to working from home and making money online right after this.
I've always loved teaching, so it worked out beautifully. I still also make cakes for people, and then at the same time teaching. So I love to help people and building confidence and through the cakes, but also through other things that I do, like the dancing classes and stuff. So that's just part of my nature. That's how I am, I guess.
You're a teacher.
I'm a helper. I'm a teacher.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's an essential ingredient. I mean, we're talking about building a website. It's so similar to the notion of building a cake, if you think of it. You know, you start with these ingredients, ideas, product possibilities, whatever it might be.
Oh,
you
yes.
start off with the flour and all the rest of it. I'm sure you've thought of the analogy before. And
yes.
then you slowly put it together. So, you know, helper, teacher, visual artist, whatever it might be, entertainer.
Yes.
They're all part of it.
Yeah, I love to create, and for me, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and for some people, that don't know Solo Build It, was it an easy process for you?
I would say it wasn't difficult. It was, again, a lot of work, but I love the fact that you are taken step by step, and the brainstormer that comes with it that shows you how to use what keywords are going to work. I love the drag and the drop. It's improved a lot since when I first started. It's come a long way. I mean, even back then, in the beginning, it was great, but it's gotten so much better. It's amazing. You can make a really beautiful website.
Was the journey that you had instant fame and riches, or was there a process that the site went through to help gain you some recognition and acknowledgement for all your effort?
Yeah, I mean, it was I would say a year probably building, and then slowly gaining followers on the website itself. I had a lot of people coming and sharing their stories and asking questions, and it was almost like its own little social media site. That was before Facebook and all that, so that was really an exciting time. And I did contests and people won prizes. And that was really, really fun.
You've talked about the fact that you really were looking at it as an alternative source of income. How is that looking for you now? Have you achieved your goal, or is it a never-ending story?
It's pretty much a never-ending story, but it's a journey, and it's been really fun, and it's changed a lot since the beginning, because of all the social media, and also the fact that I went into video. So I ended up on YouTube, and now today I have my husband joining me. So it's really it's turning into a whole nother thing now, and it's really exciting because it just keeps changing.
The exponential power of the unique Solo Build It Action Guide and Brainstormer tool is that when you use them together, they powerfully support you to attract free traffic from the search engines. Pre-COVID, Lorelei was attracting between 10 and 30,000 visitors a month, depending on the season. Even with COVID affecting the number of people wanting to create wedding cakes, there've only been a couple this year, the free organic traffic sits around 15,000 visitors a month and continues to form the basis of a powerful online business with no advertising expenses. Everything about Lorelei's online presence reflects her bubbling personality and enthusiasm for sharing her extensive wedding cake know-how.
It's work. Got is going to fill and crumb cone a cake.
I didn't agree to that.
The very first time ever. This should be really good.
Oh boy.
So we're making a white chocolate buttercream and...
As Lorelei has already mentioned, she was doing social with Solo Build It before social became a thing. She was using, and still uses, Solo Build It's free inbuilt content management system, Content 2.0. This is an inbuilt module that enables visitors to securely contribute to a page and have their questions answered. Many people prefer that instead of using a social platform that grabs your data and sells it. Of course, since the explosion of the social platforms, all of which integrate seamlessly with Solo Build It, Lorelei has also expanded into other marketing areas. Coming up, we'll explore how she uses some of these to explore relationships with her visitors and monetize.
I was always really good at answering questions quickly, and so people were impressed by the fact that it was getting back to them.
And I think that the thing also that really strikes me about it is that you are building relationships. And
Yes.
that's, just because it's the internet doesn't mean that there doesn't still need to be a relationship. Is that your experience?
Yes, very much. In fact, quite a few people that I met through my website way back in 2009, they're in my groups, and we still communicate with each other, and we're cake friends, and and we're probably going to have an actual meetup as soon as this COVID thing is over with. We're going to plan something for all the cakers.
A little cake-a-thon.
Yes, exactly.
You bring your cake, I'll bring my cake. We can eat cake.
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll have music and dance.
And cake.
And cake, of course.
Once Wedding Cakes for You was established, Lorelei began to display AdSense. And while it was earning some good income for her, she knew that it was something she shouldn't rely on. All your eggs in one basket. So, in 2013, with all of the countless questions from her visitors in her mind, she created her first product.
So I wrote a book on how to make a wedding cake because I got a ton of questions from people about how to do a wedding cake. And so I did an ebook at first. And that did really well. I don't remember numbers and all that, but it did great. And it did so well that people asked for it in paperback. So I have a paperback book on Amazon now. So that's pretty much how I was monetizing.
7 years later, the book is still selling well and is earning about $3,000 a year. Book purchasers are also eligible to become a member of Lorelei's Cake Crew within her private Facebook group, and we'll explore the impact of that shortly. Of course, one of the key elements of a successful online business that attracts visitors and then keeps them coming back is that you have quality content. So the question for Lorelei was, how can I use the social platforms that have exploded in popularity to improve the relationship that I have with my customers? The first step was to understand the impact of the traffic that is coming to her website, and to do that, we go to Google Analytics. You can see the impact that the different socials have on her traffic to the site in the 9 months to the end of September 2020, that is, during COVID. Google Organic, as you probably know, is the free traffic from the Google search results. Direct are links to the site. This can be from a number of sources, including her books, but Lorelei also uses the free inbuilt email module within Solo Build It called MailOut Manager, and so clicks from these emails will form part of the direct traffic. Although Pinterest is third as a traffic source, it's important to note that the average time spent on the site is only 30 seconds. Not great if you want to woo visitors to your sales pages. Because of this, Lorelei has been reducing the amount of time and focus on Pinterest. It's important to note that this isn't true for all online businesses, so you should have a look at your own Google Analytics stats to see what is having the best impact. Bing and Yahoo are the other two major search engines, and the second last on this list is YouTube. While YouTube is only about 2% of the total traffic, it's important to note that the average session duration is way more than any other traffic source, 2 minutes and 39 seconds. These stats are generally true for all established YouTube accounts, but you do need to have an established presence to even get close to these figures. Lorelei is focusing a lot of time on YouTube at the moment and loves making videos. Her channel has 38,000 YouTube subscribers, and she believes video making is well worth her time. We'll find out why in a few minutes. As you can see, Facebook is last on the list, but like YouTube, for Lorelei, there are some other significant advantages to maintaining a powerful Facebook presence. Her Facebook page has 196,000 followers. So the question is, how do you financially benefit from the followers if they're staying on Facebook and aren't all coming back to the site? In 2018, she began a Facebook private group. For Lorelei, building a private Facebook community has 4 powerful advantages. It creates loyal personal relationships with active participants. The closer relationships mean more opportunities to promote quality content for sale. Group members become brand ambassadors on other platforms and on the site, and they're also willing to share the load, answering questions. It takes a lot of work and passion, but when you love it, it's easy.
So the main reason is because I can promote my other stuff to them. So I have other things that I sell, and some of those people actually do become customers of my other products.
That's a very good reason, but it still takes your time, and your engagement. Do you feel like it's worth that time, and for the income?
I do. I feel like it's worth it. And plus, once you build up a group enough, they start taking care of each other. So I don't really have to be in there answering questions every second like I used to do. Like in the beginning, I made sure I was there. And now if I skip a day, it's okay. Because there are people in there who kind of become, they're really good at answering questions. Once they get more experience with cakes, they all help each other out. So it works out really nice. Also, one more thing is that the people in my group, they also are on my other pages, my other social, and they're constantly promoting me in a way because they're giving me testimonials. They're saying, oh, you got to go see Lorelei's book and you got to go check out her YouTube channel. So they're kind of like promoting me, which is really awesome.
So you actually have this sort of leveraged marketing ability of humans,
Yes.
Human marketing elves going out there and talking about you. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
That's right. All they want is cake.
They're very sweet people. I love my group. It's awesome.
Your Facebook group sounds like a lot of fun, the private Facebook group. You have contests and you have little games and challenges. Can you walk us through those a little bit so that somebody can get a sense of the kind of interactions that you are doing with people?
Yeah, so occasionally we'll do a challenge. So I may ask the group, do you guys want to do a cake challenge? And just for an example, how about let's do a doll cake? So everybody would get a doll and a cake, make a cake, a doll cake out of that. And then I would take all their photos and put them into like a slideshow and share that on Facebook, so that it's kind of like promoting the book and the crew, and then they can share it with their friends and family. It's kind of cool. They're part of a group, and the beautiful cakes. And sometimes we'll do like a Christmas time. I'll ask people if they want to do a Christmas wish to the social media. So then they'll send little clips of Merry Christmas and with cakes and stuff like that. I actually have some of those videos on YouTube as well.
I really do understand that there's a great sense of community and a great sense of spirit there. And the reason why I'm delving on it a little bit is I'm looking just like, well, that's really great, but it doesn't pay the grocery bill. So at the same time, you need to think about, how are you getting your income? And clearly, it's one part of the puzzle, but the bigger part of it is that you actually, as I say, have these marketing elves that are getting out there and supporting you as well. And that's a really powerful tool for you to have.
That's very powerful, yes.
So we've talked about the private Facebook group and how it really supports you to build a culture of raving fans and people that continue to come back, and for you to be able to further educate them through other products and services. You also have a YouTube channel. How many subscribers have you got?
38,000 and counting.
So those 38,000 people are doing several things. They're bringing traffic to the site, obviously, but they're also buying products through a membership mechanism that YouTube have. Can you walk us through this? Because I bet you that there aren't too many people that know about this.
You can join a channel's membership, and I set mine up so that there's 3 tiers. So you can literally just join it for $1.99. The middle tier is $4.99, and the top tier is $9.99, which is still really reasonable. And you set up a membership to help support your channel if people just want to support you, or you give them perks. And so we have different perks, such as the emojis, like homemade emojis that I made that show up when they comment, so that people know that they are a member. And it's kind of cute. We have little cupcakes, and then they turn into wedding cakes as they're members longer. And I also offer classes through the membership, so people can join, and then every other week we do a Zoom class. But there's different ways to set up memberships, so that's the way I set mine up.
Right. So it's early days, clearly, for you with the membership channel. What attracted you to the notion of doing that? Because you already have your private Facebook group, for example, where you could really focus on that and build that up. You have the community on the website. Oh, well, why not start another social group?
Because this one's paid. And I also like the fact that I love being on YouTube. It's one of my favorite places to be because I love creating videos. And they take care of all the details. And so they take, your PayPal, and I don't have to do any of that, which is really nice. That was one of the reasons. And also, I've been wanting to start some kind of a membership, and it didn't go over so well in the group. I tried to get people in the Facebook group to be interested in doing it, like to pay, but then Facebook won't allow that either. So I did actually consider starting a membership and having people pay me, but you can't, if you get caught doing that on Facebook, you're in trouble. So I decided, no, I'm not going to do that. So this is, something that I can do that's legit.
So for somebody that wants to start a membership channel on YouTube, you need 30,000 subscribers to be able to start that process. So if you're just new to YouTube, you've got a bit of a way to go. But clearly the point is that you have an opportunity there to build a whole other level of relationship with people beyond this is a finished cake and here's the recipe. You're really talking about a whole other type of community that gets to be a part of the creation process.
Yes, exactly.
You know, Laurelie, I think anybody that has an established site knows that monetization is a journey. You know, often people will start with AdSense because it's easy and it's free to get going. They then might do a book like you did and, you know, start with Amazon and all the rest of it. And then maybe start doing videos and advertise on YouTube and so on and so on and so forth. Do you have any plans now, given that you've been going for, you know, a good 10 years, do you have any plans now for what future monetization might hold for you?
Yes, one of those is finding a sponsor on YouTube. So I have done a couple of small ones, but we would like to find a large company, and Scott and I do those together. So you can make quite a bit of money doing those.
Yes, and so would that involve just, you know, this cake is brought to you by Fred Smith Incorporated, whatever it might be, or would you be going to events sponsored? Because you know, there are those options.
I'm just thinking video at this point, but yeah, it could be an event eventually. I'm thinking like a product, like a Ghirardelli chocolate or something that I use in my baking a lot, something that I already love, and then promoting them through my channel.
Laurelie, I began by asking you how you got people to come back to your site once they've found you the first time. And you have a plethora of sources and ways that they come back, from social with YouTube, the interactions you've got on so many different levels. On a personal level for you, do you find it still as rewarding and as exciting and as stimulating as you did when you first started? Or is it just a chore now?
Oh, I still find it very exciting because it changes. So it's not the same old, it's always changing.
And what difference does that make to your urge to be creative, to create more?
It makes all the difference for me because, yeah, that's my main reason for doing this is I don't know, I have to do it. It's creative and that makes me happy more than anything.